DCS905 radio. Sounds of Prolix. Show tonight. Lots of goodies from the usual suspects you would hear. Catacomb, Raiden, Jade, Audio. But like I said, right now you're tuned into the sounds of Prolix, the Splendor remix. Into this Catacomb, tunes entitled Dirt Map, forthcoming I believe on the White Floor Species LP, and that should be dropping in the new year, which is obviously right around the corner, on Spun Recordings. Check them out, they are a US based label, and this will be the first artist LP on the label and the first artist LP for Catacomb. So be on the lookout for that. Their next release is, I believe, Rob F and Impulse, Drop Souls, the classic vibe, Nero vibe, and then I believe the Catacomb LP. So big shouts to Larry. We're really looking forward to the release, man. Keep up the excellent work. He's got forthcoming stuff with Fortress, as well as he's probably doing some collabs with our good friend Mr. Dubcomm as well. Ten minutes into the broadcast, once again you are tuned into DCS905 Radio. I am your host this week, Scott Free.
Toronto drum, drop the drum, out drop the drum and bass.
myself, Mr. Brown, and DJ Spins. Hosted by Lucky General. $15 advance tickets available now. You can get them at Play the Record, Shanti Baba, and Glossy Collective, as well as Unicus in Square One. We got some special news coming out this week about the event, so be on the lookout for that. Now into the sounds of Axiom and Side Dream. Switzerland of Vancouver on this one. The tune's entitled Shadow Path, and it's out now on Shadow Law Recordings.
Darkness is more fundamental than light.
What's up? Resonance, and you're listening to Dublin Communications Radio on 89.5 CIUT in Toronto. Also available on Star Choice Satellite Channel 826 and on the web at www.ciut.fm. Show your support by emailing DCS905@gmail.com or call the studio line right now, 416-946-7000. This is the future of Toronto drum and bass.
Shorty, enjoy. Check their stuff out on MySpace. I believe it's KRTHSYS. Took out the A. But yeah, got forthcoming stuff on Barcode and Seamless. Really heavy stuff. They had a recent issue of the Barcode 5th cast.
vision.
CIUT can now be heard on channel 946 through Rogers Digital Cable.
Do you like what you're hearing and want more of it? Check out our schedule at CIUT.FM. We have over 80 unique programs we're sure you'll love. We're listener-supported CIUT 89.5 FM.
This is Chris Sue representing Subtitles and Tactile Vinyl, and you're listening to Scott Free on DCS905 radio on CIUT 89.5 FM.
Symptoms of Pandorum starts with a shiver, an itch, a slow boil. The biological side effects of flying deep space, feeding into paranoia.
Your mind has turned against itself.
Help! The symptoms of Pandorum?
Big shouts to DJ Selector for calling in. Thank you for your support each and every week. Any shout outs, you can reach us here at the studio. 416-946-7000. If you want to send some love to somebody, we can be that messenger for you.
Fuck's sake, man, you're amateur.
Once again, like I said, this is the sounds of audio. Tunes entitled Pandorum. Another virus release at Russian Optical. Putting out some heavy stuff. Look forward to the Spore remix of Slip Through by Optical. Another quality release forthcoming from one of the most legendary legendary tech step, neuro funk, drum and bass labels. So once again, this is Audio's Pandorum.
Symptoms of Pandorum?
Man, you're amateur.
Save us. And I'll whisper, no.
longtime supporters of the program and now sponsoring it. So much respect to you guys. They're located in Markham on Highway 7. They got some Christmas specials going on, so if you live in and around the Markham area or are looking for some proper ink, these are the people to get in touch with. They're on Facebook. You can find them. It is spelled ADIKSHUNZ. Addictions, Tattoos and Piercing. They got some Christmas specials on and are going to be expanding into new ventures. Going to be a barbershop / hairstylist, I've been informed. So they are making big moves for 2010 and we're along for the ride. So make sure you go check them out. Once again, Addictions, Tattoo and Piercing in Markham, Highway 7. But in the background, from New Zealand, sounds of the upbeats, Big Skeleton. Title track from their new LP, out now on Non-Vogue. Heavy with the rock influence. DCS905 crew, Dubcomm, Factor, Ill Weather, Mensa, hope you boys are all tuned in. Big shout to the Soul Motion crew, Mr. Brown, DJ Spins, and big shout to my Ritual crew, Psych 1, and DJ Brits. Especially to everyone tuned in. The holiday season is upon us and I wish you all the best to you and your families. Tune coming in is the title track from the forthcoming Catacomb LP. This is Wipe Your Species, forthcoming on Spun. We're gonna keep it on the techie tip. But coming up on the other side of the hour, we're gonna go a little deeper. Some nice rollers. As jungle as it's ever gonna get on Toronto's darkest radio program.
DCS905.
Send shout outs to the Toronto Jungle crew, everyone who's tuned in. Big shouts to Toxic, big shouts to Clancy, congratulations sir. Read the good news. Much respect to you and your lady. If you're a fan of jungle drum and bass and you're in the city of Toronto, check it out. The website has all your needs. Event info, mixes, music discussion, and general tomfoolery. So check it out, torontojungle.com. And while you're surfing the web, make sure you go check out the DCS905 website, www.dcs905.ca/radio. We got the Catacomb 2-hour broadcast up now for download. Crew bios, other archived shows. Take the poll. Leave a comment on the shout box. But just make sure you go check it out. Once again, that's the DCS905 radio website. www.dcs905.ca/radio. Tune in the background coming in is Utopia Scanning. Another smasher from the Russian Federation. Out on Breed 12 inches. So enjoy. This is DCS905. I am your host, Scott Free. 10 minutes to 11 now. We're gonna roll it out a bit. Once again, this is Utopia. big shouts, to Naj for calling in, representing Hamilton. Sounds in the background now of Raiden. Tune's called LHC, and it is out now. Thank God. Been waiting for this one for a little bit. Renegade Hardware Business. Be on the lookout for future Raiden releases on Renegade Hardware, as well as Off-Key and his new label Voodoo Music. First release on Voodoo is Raiden and Carnage. I think the next Off-Key release is a Meth EP. So big shouts to Chris and the Off-Key fam. So I'm going to fade this one out and leave you with some 11th Sun to round out the first hour of the program. Once again, you are tuned in to DCS905 Radio each and every Saturday night on CIUT 89.5 FM, University of Toronto Community Radio. Never Free by 11th Sun.
I realized that freedom is within each of us.
Out now on Melting Pot. Big shouts to Boris. Representing heavy for the neurofunk tech scene here in Toronto.
There was a time.
You can find 11th Sun on MySpace, www.myspace.com/11sun, 11th Sun, #1
I'd never push boundaries.
From there you can link pretty much everything from them. Past music, forthcoming releases, and of course current ones such as this. This is 11th Son, tune entitled Never Free. Coming up to the end of the first hour of this week's edition. And like I said, we're going to come back on the other side and get nice and deep. So we'll see you on the other side of 11. This is Scott Free.
Membership drive. Don't forget to get your pledges paid by Monday, December the 21st for your chance to win. We have 4 amazing grand prizes up for grabs. A $2,500 voucher courtesy of flightnetwork.com for flights anywhere in continental North America. We have a Volare e-bike courtesy of mobilityunlimited.ca. We also have 2-night stay at Blue Mountain, which includes 2 season passes. And last but not least, we have the Arts and Culture prize pack, which includes tickets courtesy of Roy Thompson and Massey Hall, gift certificates to Soundscapes and Calendar Restaurant, plus much, much more. Go to www.ciut.fm for more information. Thank you and good luck.
Want to hit the slopes this winter but worried that your wallet won't allow it? Blue Mountain has the best deals ever, like the Double Down card, giving you 2 day and night lift tickets for $89 purchased before December 18th. Or check out the Stay and Ski Getaways for up to 40% off lodging and lift tickets. The longer you stay, the more you save. And there are no blackout dates. For these and other fantastic savings, go to www.bluemountain.ca.
DCS905 Radio. Every Saturday night on 89.5 FM. Toronto Darkside Drum and Bass. Visit DCS905.ca for info and mixes.
Hey, what's up, crew? It's Boris from the 11th Son Project. You're listening to Scott Free on DCS 905 Radio on CIUT 89.5 FM.
Spy. Tune's entitled Asbo. Title track from this artist's release. It's an EP out now on Solar. Spy is from Brazil. That makes them nice, heavy D&B. So check it out if you're enjoying it. This is the kind of vibe you're gonna get for the next half hour. Get the sub turned on. We're gonna give it a workout. You're just tuning in. This is DCS905 Radio. I am your host, Scott Free. Got another hour in the program to go. As this one fades into the second drop. Next song coming in is one of my top 5 tunes of the year. Fresh young artist, goes by the name Rockwell. True piece of work. This next one, a masterpiece. Brilliant work. But we're still into this one. Once again, this is Asbo by Spy.
DCS905.
Is the future of Toronto drum. Drop the drum and bass.
Gotta say, this is probably number 2 from 2009. tune is just absolutely brilliant. Only one that surpasses it for me is Raiden's Hubble. Some of the freshest drum and bass ever, most thought-provoking, mind-altering, synaptic journey type beats have been coming out this year, and I think this is a pretty good benchmark example. Plant your flag in it. This is the one. Song coming in now is Havana by Vicious Circle. Out now on Digital Soundboy, Shy FX's label. In plain English, Spine, Carnage, and of course, the Soul Motion crew, myself, DJ Spins, Mr. Brown, hosted by Lucky General. $15 advance tickets are available. You can grab them at Glossy Collective on College, at Spadina, Shanti Baba on Queen near Bathurst, and at Play the Record on Young just north of Dundas. We also have some at Square One at Unicus for the Mississauga people. And of course, if you see any of the Soul Motion crew out and about, we have some on ourselves as well. So don't hesitate to ask. Check the Facebook group, Soul Motion-DMB. If you live in the Cambridge, Kitchener-Waterloo area, we have a person out there holding tickets. So if you can't make it into the city, get in touch. You can get in touch with them, and they can sort you out. Check the regular web spaces. Come early next week, we have a special announcement about the jam coming up. So keep your eyes open for that. Trust me, it's something to look forward to. So once again, Soul in Motion, NYE 2010. Come together. as we bring all the genres into one room, take it back a bit. Speaking of taking it back, old school vibe on this one. Sounds of Loxy and Resound. Tune's entitled Storyboard. Real digital soundboard with a showcase here. Another release on Shy's label. I'll let this one roll out a bit. Nice vibes on this one. Next one, tune coming in. Loxy and Resound, Storyboard. Minutes after 11 o'clock. I am your host, Scott Free. This is DCS 905 Radio, each and every Saturday night, 10 to midnight Eastern Standard Time, on CIUT 89.5, University of Toronto Radio. Check the website, www.dcs905.ca/radio. Check the archive mixes, leave us a message, answer the poll. You can link straight to the Facebook group from there. So add yourself if you're feeling the vibes that we bring to you each and every Saturday. Once again, that's www.dcs905.ca/radio.
What's up? This is Poisonous, and you're listening to Dubplay Communications Radio on 89.5 CIUT in Toronto. Also available on Star Choice Satellite Channel 826 and on the web at www.ciut.fm. Show your support by emailing dcs905@gmail.com or call the studio line right now, 416-946-7000. This is the future of Toronto drum and bass.
It's almost 11:30. Took you that long? out to you, man. Hope you have a good time tonight at Suba. Tune now in as storyboard fades out is 10 Years by E9. Another one of the extensive list of fantastic producers coming out of Russia. E9's got a tune on the Future Sound of Russia LP on Hospital, but this one can be found on Critical Sound alongside Rockwell's Underpass. Out now, Critical. Definitely feeling the vibes on this one. Be on the lookout for a tune that E9 did with Engage called Carnage. Don't want to speculate on what label it's coming out on, but keep your eyes and ears open for it. It is a doozy. But once again, this is 10 Years. He's got a fan page on the Facebook. I'm a fan, so go check it out. E9, it's spelled E-N-E-I. Join, check out this man's amazing work. From the sublimely liquid to the real grimy, this man can do it all. So check it out. Gonna hit you up with some Gremlins and Marcus Visionary next. Keep it locked. T.Vibes right here. Sounds of Gremlins and Marcus Visionary, tunes entitled Don't Care. Out now on Def Limited. shouts to Bridge and Inter, and of course Spinzy. Sudden Death definitely had a good year with the releases. This one definitely been one of my favorites. Last month I played The Other Side, it's called Cutlass by Gremlins and Gold Star. Another half hour almost done. 5 minutes to go. And then for the last half hour, we are going off the deep end. Down the 7 layers of HE double hockey sticks. It's gonna be a real studio rave for the last half hour. So if you haven't already put the kids to bed, last half hour will have you bouncing off the walls.
DCS905.
tune coming in is Trisector out of Oslo, Norway. Tune's entitled Lifeforms. Out now on Med School. Offshoot to Hospital Recordings. So I'm going to squeeze this last one in and then a little radio spot, and we're going to come out on the other side and we're going to get real nasty. This is DCS905 Radio. I've been your host, or still am, still will be, Scott Free.
Have you ever seen a star supernova?
This is CIUT 89.5 FM, the University of Toronto community radio station. Available across Canada on Star Choice National Satellite Service Channel 826 and broadcasting worldwide at www.ciut.fm.
DCS905.
Now we shall begin. We shall begin.
Day of Silence LP. CV is on a real military drum funk two-step nastiness. He's created his own niche with this album, and it's just absolutely amazing. I'm gonna play the title track next, 2012. You'll see what I mean. But once again, this one is entitled Drill by CV, Current Value, and Donnie. You are into the last half hour of this week's edition of DCS905 Radio. Show is broadcast each and every week, each and every Saturday, 10 p.m. to 12 midnight Eastern Standard Time, right here on CIUT 89.5 FM, University of Toronto Radio, streaming live from the website www.ciut.fm.
What's up? This is Poisonous, and you're listening to Communications Radio on 89.5 CIUT in Toronto. Also available on Star Choice Satellite Channel 826 and on the web at www.ciut.fm. Show your support by emailing dcs905@gmail.com or call the studio line right now, 416-946-7000. This is the future of Toronto drum and bass.
The best fish learn how to grow feet and lungs? Is that what's happening?
Absolutely disgusting sounds coming out of Germany right now from the lab of the Current Value. Interstellar, military guy, munitions plant, and I'm gonna play another one later called Bot Fight. Definitely loving that one. Sending that one out to Ruthless Mindocracy Recordings. I know you're a fan of that one, bud. So I'm gonna send that one out to you a little later. Coming in next, the sounds of Donnie. Take opportunity right here to send some shout outs to some important people. Big shouts out to Launch Energy Gum, sponsors of the program.
They find me.
You can find it at 7-Eleven. Just so you know. There's a little section for all energy gums and little shots, the 5-hour energy, but you don't want that, you want the Launch Energy Gum. That's the one you want. So check that out. Also check out Civilian Clothing, sponsors of Dubcomm and Mr. Mensa. But also, once again, Addictions Tattoo and Piercing in Markham, Highway 7. Check them out.
They find me.
Tell them Scott Free and DCS905 sent you there. If you're looking for some quality ink work in the Markham area. Christmas specials on now, so make sure you check them out. It's Addictions, ADIKSHUNZ. Addictions Tattoo and Piercing, Highway 7 in Markham. They're going to be expanding their business a bit.
They find me.
So the word says through the grapevine. So go make sure you check them out. Once again, so tell them DCS905 sent you. And big shouts to the Addictions crew. Again, big shouts out to all my crews,
They find me.
my compatriots, the Soul Motion crew, Ritual, and of course DCS905. Big shouts to everyone tuned in. Another stellar week. 15 minutes to go. Once again, this is Donnie.
They find me.
They find me. Out on Barcode. On the lovely title, Effin' Offensive EP. Of course, it's not effin', but you know what I mean. Coming in next with the sounds of Ku and Lucio de Romanes.
They find me. They find me. Whisper things.
chill vibes. Check them out. Another, like I said, another long list of fantastic producers coming out of Russia. Make sure you go check out the DCS905 website, www.dcs905.ca/radio. From there you can link to the Shoutbox, to the Dubcomm blog, to the Fortress 2-hour broadcast that we've got up now from August. Make sure you go download that. Proper neural tech funk business there. So once again, this is Kood and Lucio de Romanes, each of us. Always looking out for the DCS905, as well as tomorrow night's Prophecy broadcast, I'm sure. As much as you tune into DCS905, I hope you are also tuning in to the Prophecy each and every Sunday night, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. right here on CIUT. Your hosts are Marcus Visionary, DJ Prime, Mr. Brown, and Gremlins. Once again, this is Current Value's Bot Fight. Just under 10 minutes to go. gonna fade this out here. I'm gonna leave you with a special little bit from SPL. So, story with this one. This is a free download available on the Knowledge Magazine website. This is the remix to Sins in the Streets. Out now on SPL's artist LP on his own label Lost Soul. This up as a free download attached to his interview for the online drum and bass magazine. So if you want to get this, you gotta check the website. It's www.kmag.co.uk.
You don't make up for your sins in the church. You do it in the streets.
Free download from SPL and the KMag Knowledge Mag website, www.kmag.co.uk. And just as important as that, make sure you check out our good friend Ty Dubcomm's online blog right there on KMag, CANADNBA blog, the Canada DNB blog. Every week he's putting up something new, so make sure you check that out. It'll give you the most up-to-date and important info about drum and bass here in Canada. So just search it on the KMag website, CANADNBA blog, or search Dubcomm. It should take you right to it. So that's your homework today, kids. I'll be checking all assignments next show. So your homework is to check the Knowledge Magazine website, download this tune, and check Dubcomm's blog. Just got about 3 minutes left in the broadcast. It's been a pleasure as always, folks. Thank you for tuning in. We hope to have you tuned in again next week as we do this each and every Saturday. Cheers till next time. Enjoy the rest. Take care. Happy holidays to you and yours. Easy.
We can have this like some gentlemen, or we can get into some gangster shit. What's up? Do it in the streets.